What's up, everybody? So I was going to do a rant tonight, but instead I want to talk about something that recently happened to one of my favorite YouTubers, Blaire White. She's a conservative YouTuber. She's also transgender, makes a lot of very intelligent, well thought out videos. I recommend her to anybody who's interested in politics and stuff like that. Well, anyway, she was doing a social experiment, I guess, in the Hollywood area, and she was wearing a Make America Great Again hat, and they were trying to see what would happen if she did that. They weren't antagonizing anyone or being dicks to anybody. They literally were just walking around, her and her boyfriend. And one part of Hollywood, it was good. They got some awkward stares and shit, and nothing really happened there. And then they went somewhere else where there happened to be a protest, and things got a little dicey. Blaire got in a scuffle with some guy who tried to throw, I guess, take her boyfriend's hat and throw it. Her hand ended up getting stepped on, and it chipped her nail. Not the acrylic part of her nail either, but her actual nail. And it chipped off, and you could see like the raw blood and skin and shit. So that was really brutal. And also, when she was walking down the street, someone threw what they think was alcohol in her face. Needless to say, these are disgusting displays of behavior by these protesters or whoever the fuck did that shit to Blaire. Like, it's disgusting. And as a liberal, I'm kind of ashamed that, people on my side of the aisle are acting this way because of a varying opinion. And these people weren't even antagonizing anybody. They were literally just wearing a hat that said "Make America Great Again." So I'm just extremely disgusted. I wish Blaire well. I wish her a speedy recovery. I hope that she went to go get some medical attention to make sure she wasn't exposed to anything, because people are fucking crazy. Hopefully it wasn't a biological agent. Hopefully it wasn't anything like acidic or something that could eat through her skin or anything like that. I hope she'll get back to making YouTube videos very soon. I like Blaire White because she offers different perspectives than what I'm used to. I'm a moderate liberal. I'm also cisgendered, and I'm not really used to hearing conservatives that are from the LGBT community. So I find that really interesting, and that's actually what drew me to Blaire, was mainly hearing a conservative transgender person. You don't really hear about that too often. It's a rare thing, at least in the media or on YouTube. So I'll put a link in the video below so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm not going to monetize this video, not that I make money on YouTube anyways, but I just wanted to kind of comment on the state of politics in this country. I'm going to say some things you're probably not going to agree with. I'm probably going to say some things that, are going to get me a lot of hate. But hopefully, we can all be civil on YouTube. Yeah, the fuck, right? So, liberals now feel marginalized. They feel like nobody takes them seriously and nobody's listening to them. And since there's really no legislative power in Congress for the liberals, for the Democrats, they feel ostracized, they feel marginalized, and therefore they've been pushed to desperation. After a while being called, snowflakes and shit like that, and weak pussy snowflakes and snowflake liberals and all that good shit, now they're starting to push back. And once again, I don't condone this behavior. I don't condone them committing acts of violence against anybody, because whenever you commit acts of violence against anyone in the name of your beliefs or someone's religion or somebody's race, etc., any other factor other than their character or them provoking you, it's terrorism. And so it's essentially boiled down to get the other side to hear us out, or to get the other side to listen to us. And I'm talking, completely in a hyperbolic sense. I'm not saying me. I'm saying them. I'm saying this, that these people are desperate, and now they don't care about being the tolerant party anymore. They don't care about being the civil, nice party anymore. Nobody's listening to them. No one cares what they have to say, and they feel victimized at this point. Once again, I am not condoning their behavior. I'm not saying that they are right to do this, but to humanize them a little bit, I think goes a long way, because these are still Americans and these are still human beings. Um, Civility has been thrown out the window in this country on both sides. We tend to push, our ideologies in other people's faces, and on the internet you can do that, but in real life it's a different game. It's a different ball game. Um, and I mean, everybody has the right to say what they want to say without being attacked. Um, However, that's not the world we live in. The world we live in, people are fucking violent and stupid, and if they don't like what you represent, um, it's very possible you can be attacked on that merit. Um, with that being said, I wish that wasn't the case. Ideally, I would like for us to all to get along, even though we disagree. Um, but I just know that's not the case. If you ever go on 4chan's poll page, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. There's no getting along in this country. There's no getting along in this world. There's no such thing as civility anymore. Civility is dead. We can pretend, you know, as long as Big Brother is watching us and as long as law enforcement is keeping us in line. But let's be honest here. Both sides of the aisle, at least some of the more vocal sides on both sides of the aisle, people, uh, they don't like each other, and they're done pretending. And even people on the right feel marginalized for whatever reason they may have, and the left feels marginalized for whatever reason they may have. So now we're seeing this come to fruition in real life, and it's a really sad thing. Um, this has been a very violent year. There was a shooter in Vegas, the Charlottesville thing, the riot after the presidential election, this guy in San Antonio who just shot up a church. It seems to be every other day there seems to be something else crazy going on. You got North Korea, ramping up the nuclear talks, and they actually have a nuke now, possibly more, who knows. These are very crazy times we live in. I think as a world, we need to take a step back and say, hey, you know what? They're human beings too. They might believe differently than I do. They might think differently than I do, but they're still human beings. If you don't want to hear them out, at least respect their right to exist. I think that's what we need to do, is just respect each other's right to exist. I know I'm just a babbling liberal to a lot of you guys, but I do hold some conservative beliefs. I'm not completely against conservatives or conservatism. I just tend to disagree with most of the conservatives' message, especially having to do with economics. But that's neither here nor there, or not the topic of the video. I think terrorism is wrong. I think that's an obvious thing to say. And I hope it ends. I'm a bit of an optimist. I'm hoping that things will get better. I don't know, guys. Things are looking pretty bleak right now. I mean, when you're, it's something, to see something on the news, because it almost seems like it's not real when it happens on the news. Like somebody staged this or some, it seems, it doesn't seem to be real. But when it happens to a YouTuber, someone that you watch on a regular basis, and then you see them being attacked in the street, it seems a little bit more real, because those YouTubers are real people. Like, these are people who just get in front of a webcam and talk. They're not multi-million-dollar celebrities. They're not sorry guys. They're not people who, have private security. They're not people. These are normal people with an average income that, and I'm sure Blaire does pretty well, among the YouTube community, but even still, I mean, she would still be middle class at the best economically. She's not like somebody who could hire an entourage of people to protect her. And that's the point I was trying to make. Not insulting her income whatsoever. She probably makes a lot more than I do. So guys, that's all I really have to say about this. As I said, I hope Blaire makes a speedy recovery and gets back to making videos soon. And I'm hoping America gets better. I don't know what else to say about that. Politics in this country have gone fucking insane. And I guess we shall see, guys. This is the Mayhem. Thanks again for watching. Please like and subscribe. Peace the fuck out.